Imagine running an online business with no shipping, no inventory, and pure profit margins. Digital dropshipping lets you sell products without even having to touch them. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I started and how I nearly made $10,000 last week. Digital dropshipping is a lot like normal dropshipping, but we're only using digital products, where we can buy a product once, own the rights, and sell it infinite amount of times. The reason I got into this sort of stuff is because 7 months ago, I was working out at FIFO as a Sparky, and I was on really good money, but I just didn't have the freedom. Location freedom, time freedom was pretty much non-existent in my life. And even though FIFO is really good money, it wasn't something I could see myself doing long term. So after seeing all these different opportunities and ways you can make money from your phone, I dove headfirst into the online space and started trying to learn all this stuff. Fast forward a month, I started making enough to quit my job. And then 3 months after that, I fully replaced my old FIFO income. And fast forward to now, I almost made $10,000 in a week. Now, there's lots of different ways you can make money online: SMA, crypto, day trading, all sorts of stuff. But the reason I got into digital products is because they had such a low cost and it had so much potential to scale. Now, what I'm about to teach you guys is a proven method that's worked for me and so many other people. For example, Cooper, an ex-chippy that's just made $100,000. Or Huddy, who just made $30,000 in 3 months. Or Brody White, an ex-FIFO worker like me, who just made $10,000 in a month. This is a formula that can be rinsed and repeat and work every single time. So grab a notepad, lock in, and let's get to it. The first thing that you guys need to understand is, what is digital dropshipping? Now let's say you're selling a physical product like a t-shirt or something like that. Every time someone orders, you have to restock it. Each item has to be replaced. The good thing about digital products is you only have to buy it once or make it once, and you can sell it infinite amount of times. This makes production costs way lower and the chance to scale so much easier. Now, there's mainly two ways you can actually get a digital product. You either buy someone else's or make your own. When you're buying someone else's, there's a thing called PLR, which means private label rights, which means once you purchase it, you own the rights. You can change it to yours. You can add things to it. You can put 2 or 3 PLR products together to make it your own. Some common digital products will be ebooks, online courses, print planners, templates, software, digital tools, the list goes on. There's so many different digital products out there, it's crazy. Even OF is a digital product. Pretty much anything that doesn't actually rock up in the mail and you can hold is a digital product. And the reason why digital products are so good is because of the profit potential. You have such low overheads that it's a low risk with a massive reward. Now, one of the first things you guys need to do before even finding a product is figure out what niche you want to go into. This is a step a lot of people look over, but it's probably one of the most important parts. We want to be picking a niche that you guys are actually experienced in or you have a passion for. Another thing to be thinking about is we want our product to solve a problem, because there's normally a lot of pain around these problems. The more pain, the easier it is to sell. For example, if you're someone that's fat, there's a lot of pain around that and you might want to be skinny. It can be really easy to sell to that person's insecurities to then get them to their goal. Some examples of some niches would be business and marketing, which means you'd be selling social media templates, lead magnets. If you chose fitness and wellness, it'd be meal plans, fitness workouts, or finance, where you'd be selling budget planners, investment guides. If you just look up trending niches on Instagram, will give you a bunch of different options to choose from. The next step though, once you do pick your niche, is dialing it in. There's an example of a red ocean and a blue ocean. A red ocean is something that's saturated. There's already a lot of people marketing in that area. And a blue ocean is an example of there's not much competition. A way that we can turn a red ocean into a blue ocean is by niching down even more. For example, if you want to get into fitness, just saying fitness is too broad. There's a massive amount of fitness people out there and it's almost considered a saturated market. Then if we decide to choose fitness for pregnant women, that's how we now turn a red ocean into a blue ocean. The market for fitness for pregnant women would be way smaller than just fitness in general, and make it a lot easier to just target our avatar. There's lots of different resources we can use to find trends and shift our product into that trend. You can use Google Trends, TikTok, Instagram to find the demand. An example for that would be, just say you wanted to get into the cooking niche. Cooking's too broad it is, but if we want to jump on a trend, this is how we could do it. I know for a fact the carnivore diet has been trending heavily right now. So instead of just selling and marketing some random cookbook, I would sell a carnivore cookbook, because that's a trend. Now, once you guys find a niche that you're interested in and you can dial in, the next thing's finding a product for it. As I mentioned before, we can either buy or make our own. This will all depend on your experience. You might have skills already in your niche. But if you're someone that doesn't have skills in that niche yet, you can still buy products and sell to it. This is where PLR products actually come into play, where we can buy a product and own it and sell it as our own. Great place to find these products would be Etsy, Gumroad, even Shopify's got some. They all have a massive range of digital products. If you're looking to make your own, but you don't quite have the skills to put a digital product together, you can hire freelancers off Fiverr or Upwork, and that way they can design it for you. But if you are half good with a phone or laptop and you want to make your own, you can use use Canva, Notion, or even AI tools. Now, when you guys are picking or making your product, you want to make sure it's a quality product. We want something that actually solves problems and actually solves that pain. If we're marketing to fat people, we want to make sure our product can actually get them skinny. Having a product that's useless is one of the quickest ways to destroy your brand. Now, once you pick your niche, you've got your product, the next thing to do is actually set up your store. Now, there's two main options for this, either Standstore or Shopify. Both are equally as good. I personally use Standstore, but just because it's more simple and easier for me to use. But Shopify is probably better if you want to have multiple products on one page. Now, with these two platforms, when someone buys it, it automatically sends it out to them, so you don't even have to worry anymore. It's literally find your niche, find your product, set your shop up, and then all you have to focus on is marketing. Which then brings me into the next bit. One of the most important things, marketing. Doesn't matter how good your product is, if you don't have your marketing down pat, no one's going to buy. Now, there's a couple different ways and strategies you can use to get into marketing. First one would be organic marketing. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, show the product, use the cases. Organic can be one of the hardest ones to crack because it is a skill learning how to go viral consistently without having to pay for it. But you'd be using TikTok and Instagram to showcase what your product actually is. You'd be posting that shit all over Pinterest, doing the same on YouTube Shorts, and then also having tutorials on YouTube long form on how to actually use your product. Like I said before, this is a great way for someone that doesn't have much money. I myself have never run a paid ad and I only do organic marketing. The reason for this is because when I started, I didn't have much money and I had to learn to get good at going viral. I had to learn at getting good at growing pages, and now I don't even have to pay for an ad. Now makes my profit margins a lot higher. Now the next option would be paid ads, running on Instagram and Facebook, or doing influencer collabs, which is where you find an influencer that has lots of followers and then pay them to promote your product. Doing paid ads is just as effective, but obviously you have to pay for them, so your profit margins do come down a bit. Another way to do this would be email marketing, which is literally just sending emails out to people to see if they're interested. Organic would be 100% what I'll be focusing on, just because the algorithm pushes it so much now. Now, once you've set up your shop, you started marketing, you've started making sales, the next part we want to focus on is scaling. Now, there's two ways to do this. We can either grow vertically or horizontally. Vertically would mean more content on the same product. Horizontally would mean based off your customers' feedback, we're going to add more products and improve them each time. That way we can have 5, 6, 7 products printing us money instead of just one big one, like not putting all your eggs in one basket. Another thing we should be doing on scale is trying to automate everything. Using tools like ManyChat to automate our social medias like Instagram. Another thing we could do is then have a bundle deal and have membership towards it, which will then give us recurring revenue every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, however long you want. Digital dropshipping is a great way for a beginner to get into the online space and start making some decent amount of coin. But majority of the products in digital dropshipping are low ticket items, which means they're probably under $1,000. In my experience, the real products are in high ticket products, which are products over $2,000. To put it simply, a lot of people's goal is to make $10,000 a month. To be able to make $10,000 a month in low ticket products, you'd need a lot more sales compared to a high ticket product where we only need 1 or 2. I'm going to be releasing a video soon covering everything about high ticket products, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. But to summarize everything we just talked about and the key takeaway points, number 1, pick your niche, and once you pick that, dial it in. Don't just leave it as a broad topic. Number 2, when you guys are sorting out your product, make sure it's a quality product that actually solves the problem. Number 3, set up your store. I would use Standstore just because it is so simple to use and it's very beginner friendly. Number 4, marketing. Whether you go with paid ads, organic content, it doesn't matter. Your first videos probably will suck. That's all right, mine did too. It's something you're going to have to work on. It's something you're going to have to get better at. Don't stress. It takes time. And then the last thing is scaling your business. Once you guys get this momentum, once you guys start getting these customers in, don't slack off. First thing we want to be thinking about is how can we scale this? How can we make it bigger? But all of this information is absolutely useless if you guys don't actually go try it. I spent such a long time out in FIFO when I was a tradie thinking about getting into this sort of stuff and just never took any action. There's been so many opportunities that everyone's missed out on just because they didn't start. If you're not going to start now, then when? I want you all to have a really good think about where you want to be in the next 6 months. What do you want to do? Is what you're doing right now going to get you to your goals? For me, 7 months ago, it wasn't. That's why I got into digital products, so I could have this freedom to go travel and do what I want when I want. If you actually are interested in digital dropshipping and want to get into this sort of stuff but feel like you need more help after this video, just send me the word YouTube on Ethan NC Price 1. That way I'll be able to send you over some extra resources that actually help me get started. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video has helped you understand what digital dropshipping is and how you can actually start it.